Hey y'all, it's your girl Kat, and this is Chats with Kat. I am actually in Mexico on vacation, which is super fun. I feel like it really took me by surprise. I don't know if y'all can relate to being really in the grind at work and just a lot going on at life. And then vacation rolls around and you don't realize maybe how much you need it, and it maybe even takes you a second to mentally transition. And that's a little bit where I'm at right now, if I'm being honest. But I say all that to say that I am here. I am very fortunate to be here with my parents, super missing my younger sister who wasn't able to join us. So I was able to invite a close friend of mine who I'm trying to do a chat with this week. So hopefully we'll get to that. I always have such incredible conversations with her. We actually met down in North Carolina when I was living there and just could relate on a lot of different things and have evolved both individually and I think even together, which is really powerful. I think that's something that really just is a mark of our friendship and something that I've been thinking about a lot with friendships, right? I think that the truest and relationships of depth, kind of is what I call them, are the ones that you're also willing to evolve with. And maybe willing is the wrong word because recognizing that there's boundaries and seasonality, right? That won't always be the case. But I just say it mostly to say that today I kind of wanted to jump in and just mention something that I feel like I've been thinking a lot about for a lot of my life, but very recently I've been thinking about it in a new way as I continue to mature and evolve. And one of those things is really, again, like I mentioned, those relationships of depth. And more importantly, what it looks like to cultivate relationships of depth and intimacy. I think we talk a lot about intimacy and depth in the context of romantic relationships and partnership, which is absolutely important. But at times I feel like there's almost too much of a societal focus or even idolization on having to be with a partner in a particular way. And so I tend to feel that it's great to just talk about relationships in general because there's so much fulfillment that exists in platonic relationships, depending on the situation, familial relationships, etc., right? And the relationships we have in our life often, I think, are such a reflection of even how we view the world and how we view life and even some of our beliefs. And so I just really wanted to jump on here and kind of throw in, what do relationships of depth look like in your life? I know for myself, my friend Kate and I were talking about the fact that both of us really value intentionality and what that looks like, especially when you have friendships of long distance. So me in particular, I happen to have a lot of really wonderful close friends who I even consider really sisters that live far away. And that can be really difficult when you're trying to navigate what I call kind of also close friends in proximity, if you're lucky enough to have close friends nearby, or even just good friends that happen to be people that you can spend more face-to-face time with. But when you're across state borders, across country borders even, right, leveraging the technology that we have, it's just so valuable. And I personally have learned the great opportunity to be incredibly intentional with the people that you love. And part of that, which is something that I've had to learn and grow in, is how do the people you love feel loved? Some of my closest friends need a reminder text almost every day. I'll message them in the morning and just be like, hey, thinking of you. And even if we don't speak or we don't speak on the phone more than once a month, there's a lot of power in that and a lot of care that they know that I'm thinking about them. I've done anything from putting calendar blocks in my personal calendar to make sure that I reach out to certain people via text, or I send them a voice message or things like that. And I know for myself, I feel really loved when people do those things for me too. So I just think it's cool to think about, how do we feel loved as people, right, across all of our relationships? How do we feel like we understand how the people we love feel loved? And what does it look like even to spend some of that love and care to someone that you aren't very close with? I think about some of my relationships with the people at work. How can I serve them well and, care for them and show them that I'm in this with them, even if we don't have a strong friendship or relationship, or maybe it's even difficult for us to have a strong friendship. So I just wanted to throw some of those thoughts out there, a little bit of a chat, really trying out this little moniker thing. Not sure if it's working for y'all. I feel like it's working for me. But like I said, we're just trying to figure out this little corner of the internet, this little niche that I feel like I've been blessed to pursue because it's so accessible now. And wanted to say, I hope y'all are finding some time to rest. I certainly am going to try to rest and recharge. I have set the ambitious goal to try to post one of these almost every day or every other day while I'm here. So stay tuned, familia. But thanks for joining and happy Monday.